all the confirmation hearings this week. We've got Tulsi Gabbard, Kash Patel, and RFK all having their confirmation hearings this week. As of right now, Hegseth was confirmed.
Kristi
Noem was confirmed.
Rubio
was confirmed. Yeah.
Did Doug Burgum get confirmed too?
I think he did. How is anyone going to vote against?
He's sort of an afterthought, though.
Yeah,
he's not the most charismatic individual.
I'm just trying to see how many seats are left that they need to fill in the cabinet.
I know. Get after it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we need to do like 2. Isn't there like 30 that they have to do? I think it's
I think so.
Yeah, I mean they got to get after it.
There's a ton that they have to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do 1 a week, 2 a week, 3 a week. Like, we need to get going. So I'm gonna pick one that you don't think is gonna get confirmed. I'll start with Styx. Or you can also opt to say that
I believe all 3 will be confirmed, but if I had to guess, if there was one of those 3 that wouldn't be confirmed, it would be RFK Jr. I think that he'd be the most controversial, and the Democrats will ramble about medical disinformation.
Yeah, and they have a lot of lobby. They have a lot of lobbyists from pharmaceutical companies.
Exactly.
What do you think, Hannah Claire?
Well, I want to correct something I said. It's not Doug Burgum. It was John Ratcliffe, CIA director, who got confirmed.
Oh, yes. Correct. Yeah.
Of Kash Patel, RFK, and Tulsi, who do I think wouldn't get confirmed?
Yeah. What do you think they're all getting in?
I'm optimistic right now. I mean, we've had such a good time that it's hard not to be. I think Styx is right that RFK has a lot working against him. I wonder if Tulsi wouldn't get in because I think that she doesn't have as many allies in Congress as, like obviously Marco Rubio did. RFK has enough of a like public support. Like people like Tulsi, but she also hasn't been actively on the forefront of everyone's mind in a little bit. She ran
it's been a while.
And I sort of wonder if without that fresh body of work, without that like new press tour, which I know people say Trump's chief of staff, there was those reports that Susie Wiles had said everybody needs to stop doing public interviews until we get through confirmations. But I almost wonder if that will be the one that's sort of easy to scare people away from, because of the allegations against her, that she's in the pocket of whoever and she praised
Russia,
whichever guy. Yeah. Right. It's not fair, but I almost wonder if that's enough to like scare people away. Whereas like the Maha thing has really drawn a lot of people to RFK.
Well, this is interesting. My pick is actually Kash Patel.
Good. I think that'll be different.
Yeah. I think RFK has the cachet because he will be universally approved by Republicans, and he has some friends in the Democrat Party. So I think he has enough juice there. Tulsi, I agree, is a bigger uphill battle, but she's not taking on the deep state. Kash Patel is.
Yeah.
And the deep state, if I can, I try to not use that term. I try to be more specific, but it's the FBI. What do you want me to call it? Like, the FBI has influence over everybody. They're little manila envelopes, as people say. And if they don't want Kash Patel to get confirmed, he's not going to get confirmed. And so he's the one I'm probably more concerned about. It'll be interesting to see if we have some weirdo Republican kind of head scratchers who don't vote for him. Then my question is going to be, what do they got on you? Did you also hang out with someone who is 18 and have a consensual relationship with them that looks a little weirder, or 17, maybe? I forget. Are they going to Matt Gaetz? How many people are they going to Matt Gaetz? Because Matt Gaetz got deep stated, in my opinion. I knew he was going to be an incredible long shot anyway, because he made so many enemies, even in the even in the Republican Party. But yeah. Kash Patel is a close second. He is threatening at the unless he can be bought. Unless people believe he can be bought and controlled, maybe there's some compromise on him. I'm going to be watching carefully how the Kash Patel vote goes. if there's hashtag our guy voting against Kash Patel, that's going to look very, very suspicious in my opinion. There are people that don't like Tulsi and there are people that don't like RFK. RFK would be really hard to vote against if you're a Republican because he's Trump's guy. So, like, if you vote against him, Trump's not going to like that. I don't think that, I don't think.
Oh,
he's being deep stated as we live and breathe.
Uh-oh. You
I
praised
said the word
RFK.
deep state too many times. Yeah, I mean, you have the CIA, obviously, and they did confirm that guy. So maybe that means that Kash Patel has a better shot. Admittedly, I don't know as much about this stuff as you two probably do. But just for a weird reason, I feel like, I mean, what do you think? Let me flip it this way. What do you think their day one? I think RFK will deliver. If he gets in, I think he will deliver. Again, I think Tulsi will do fine. Her job's like less public facing. Kash Patel, I'm also worried. Like, is he going to really be able to go on there and be like, hey, I want the Epstein list. I want the Epstein files.
And to use one of my arguments against myself, Kash Patel is not as well known. I mean, I think you have to be into politics to know who Kash Patel is, and especially you have to be following the Trump administration. Tulsi has actually a wider acknowledgement base. RFK has obviously become a very mainstream name, especially over the last 18 months. I think all of them will have a tough job, but what is aiding all of them is this breakneck, do everything right now, all at once energy that the Trump administration. So I don't think that they're going to, with a different president or even even Trump in 2016, maybe if they were wanting to do something kind of radical, if Kash Patel was like, I want to have this agency and shut down all kinds of stuff, or if RFK were to go in and say, okay, well, we're dismantling the FDA because they do nothing, or like whatever it is, right? A different Trump or a different president might have been like, well, hold on, like let's do a study. We'll wait 30 days. And right now the Trump energy that we're getting is like, I love it and more. And so in some ways they all have the chance to be really productive, whether or not they accomplish everything they set out to do, or whether or not all of the decisions they make are able to be implemented long term. I don't know. But anyone who gets nominated is really off to the races, in my opinion, right now.
Yeah. Everyone's moving as quickly as they possibly can, overwhelming the uniparty. In the end, though, I think all three of them probably do get confirmed. But as it was pointed out in chat over there, McConnell, Collins, and Murkowski can't be counted on for jack.
Correct.
So you may end up in any of these three cases, you may end up with JD Vance doing the tie-breaking vote. It's almost certain that at least for one of them it'll happen.
And how many JD Vance tiebreakers are we going to get of the 25, 30 people that have to be confirmed? He's already had to weigh in on Hegseth. Is this going to happen repeatedly? I haven't seen Murkowski I've seen a lot of comments from people on Hegseth, and maybe that's just because it was coming up or it was getting a lot of media attention. I haven't seen as many people comment publicly on RFK and Kash Patel and Tulsi.
Yeah,
I don't see RFK not getting. Although the point of misinformation is real, and he does have a lot of scandals. He has a lot of stuff that they can drag back up. RFK likes himself some poontang, and sorry, Hannah Claire, but he does. He's a bit of a
Lothario,
yeah. He's a bit of a poon hound or whatever, and
man whore.
Yeah, and that kind of almost derailed him. They really went after him hard. It probably destroyed his marriage. Like, him and Nicole are probably going to get divorced at some point, because that stuff that came out did not look good. Like, you have him and that reporter
I don't know.
Sending him.
I feel like the reporter
photos.
Seemed crazier than.
Yeah, I
you know
agree.
What I mean? Like, I don't know that was the best. If that's the best shot that they have in their arsenal, I don't know that it landed as effectively as I thought. It wasn't great. The headlines weren't wonderful, but like, if you looked at that story at all, I don't think it was as clear cut as maybe they wanted it to be.
Yeah.
But there's that whole thing about his first wife, and he had a lot of affairs, and it's not that. Again, he's similar to Pete Hegseth in that sense. Pete Hegseth is on his third marriage, and he had a daughter born with his current wife when things seem to be wrapping up with the second. So it's not like we're looking at these people for personal life, for guidance here. It's about their expertise. And I think RFK, it seems like there's no one, at least with that level of profile, who's more passionate about taking control of health in America and really pushing the industries to have a better standard and to have more transparency and to prioritize American people. And I think that's what you can kind of look like. It doesn't matter if he gets divorced while he holds the office. It matters if he delivers on his promises.
I mean, the thing is that this is the Kennedy family that we're talking about.
Yeah.
What was JFK notorious for?
Yeah, right. Marilyn
Pouring
Monroe,
in cocaine,
right?
maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, he was screwing Marilyn Monroe. Then she turned around and gave his brother sloppy seconds. So this is the third greatest sexual scandal in the Kennedy family.
Well, don't forget, in his family alone. I mean, I think Bill Clinton kind of wore everyone out about the moralizing. Like, people don't care about presidents who have affairs anymore. Like, obviously, he did what he did with Monica Lewinsky, and nobody cared. Why? Because the economy was booming. Nobody cared. Now, of course, his decisions about the economy ultimately crashed it, but the real estate market. But yeah, I also think, at least with Kennedy, he's more battle tested because he's faced all this stuff. So now it would just be a rehash, and it's not going to hit the same.
And he's faced it recently. He's been on the campaign trail right now. That's my concern with Tulsi. Like, she's incredibly poised and she does all kinds of things wonderful, but she's been a little bit off stage for the past 4 years.